Yeah, nothing much. I know Rod's at a job right now, so I'm about to head over there, help him out with that one.
Nice.
Um, we got a guy, Justin. He's going down to do a walkthrough today. It's kind of like outside of our service area, but this property management company, they have a lot of properties that they are already having cleaning issues with. So they done had us uh, take a look at two of them so far, and it was like, if you guys are open, we got another one. We would love for you to check out. So yeah, so me and Rod met with one of the managers last week. She seemed pretty cool. Um, so yeah, just building a relationship with them. We did a walkthrough yesterday for a restaurant that's opening Friday. So I think Rod has a what time is the call today with him, Rod? 11:30?
Yep, 11:30.
Yeah.
1 hour.
So yep. But that's
Nice.
all we got really going on for right now. Trying to get some more stuff moving. Got Carla making calls and everything.
How's your cold calling going with her?
It's pretty slow.
Right.
She haven't really. She got like maybe two decent walkthroughs that she landed. One of them, the guy, I can tell that there's no real pain there. So he's been kind of like, we went out to the walkthrough, but to do the Zoom call, he been ducking us out. Like yo, we haven't even given you a price yet, and you running. Like, what's going on? So
Wow.
that was one of them, and it was another one where a guy, um, he just wanted a really low price. Like, he just wanted something ridiculous cheap. I was like, nah, we can't do that.
I got you. I got
Yep.
you.
But yeah, it hasn't been highly successful yet. But we've been working with her, getting out on men's call, and
Right.
just trying to coach her through the whole process, making sure she's like following everything through. Like, we was listening to some of her recorded calls last week and realized that she was not following the script. So
Right.
Rod been coaching her on that, following it to a T.
That's the thing is you got to follow that in order to get any results.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. She definitely was not following it because like, she followed like the first line, and then after that, she was doing her own thing,
Right.
and instantly we was picking up like, this is exactly why she's not getting nowhere. Like, she wasn't, getting past the second line. Once people would hear the second line that she was saying, they was just like, just give us, let me transfer her straight to a voicemail.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep. So I mean, you guys work with men quite a bit. So I'm sure he's got you a pretty decent script together that if you follow it should be pretty solid.
yeah, definitely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just honing her all the way back in, because I think like she has some experience in doing it, but whoever, they probably wasn't like managing her well, and just letting her do her own thing. Because
Right.
we noticed like a lot of times when we bring her back in, she still kind of go off the rail a little bit, and then we just had to check her the next day, like, hey, don't forget, So she's kind of like used to saying okay, 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 and then just drift off again.
Yep. Yeah. That's hard to break people of that habit.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe I don't know how you guys' business structure is. You might be able to do some sort of I don't some sort of bonus or something if you can jump on any call randomly throughout the course of say a week or 2 weeks and she doesn't deviate from the script.
Uh, yeah, that should be something. Yeah, bro, we should talk about that.
Because I mean, if you're using
Definitely.
somebody that's overseas, I mean, you don't have to do a whole lot. I mean, $20 is a lot of money.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we could definitely. Yeah, let's talk about that today, Rod, to incentivize her to follow it. Because she has the potential, man. She has the energy, the potential to do it. She has like the drive. She wants to get some
Hmm.
deals closed. Like, I mean, she's eager to close them. Like, she'll work late. if she feels like if she's got a good chance of closing something, but she just hasn't really succeeded too much yet.
So a lot of times I've noticed, and you know, I know I'm kind of deviating a little bit from quoting because I'm going into sales, but sales and quoting are like so much together. It's hard to pull them apart sometimes. Um, I think sometimes people get stuck in their head that sales is gross or there's something wrong with it, and then they for lack of a better word, they self-sabotage their own conversations because of it.
Mm. Yeah, I can see how that can happen too. Yeah, yeah, and
So
Yeah,
it's
man.
great.
A lot
It's
of
great
people.
that you mentioned that about the sales, because Rod started introducing her to some of the like sales material that we've been following, like some of the books and stuff. So like working on her with her tonality and
mhm,
you know, just understanding what it's all about instead of just like go and do the script. Like understand why we do this part this way.
right. Do you do any qualifying like on the front end when when she originally calls, or you guys do any qualifying before you get into any sales pitch?
Not really. Like she's like using the actual script that men gave, which is like you call and pretend like you lost to try to find out who the decision maker is. So it's
Right.
not really qualifying them to see, you know, if that's a need.
I gotcha. I don't use the same style script. I mean, I've read it before. It's when I cold call, which I don't do it as much as I should. I'm gonna be on here on video saying it. I should do it more, but I don't use the same style script. If I don't know my contact, I just ask the person, um, and I base this off of a book that was based solely on over the phone sales, and I can't remember what the name of the book is right now, but it's basically just asking them for help. So somebody answers the phone like, "Hey, it's ABC Corporation." It's like, "Oh, hi, I could use a little help, please." I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. How can I help?" I'm looking for who's in charge of the cleaning of your facility, or who's in charge of maintenance of your facility. Oh, that's so and so. Okay, great. Can you please transfer me to so and so, please? Or if not, then you just write it down and call them back. You know, now you at least have a name, so now you can get through the gatekeeper next time because now you call back and it's the same thing. Hey, ABC company. Oh, hey, this is Joshua Ladico. I was trying to reach Kevin. Hold, please. Or does he know what this is about? Oh, no, not this time, but I was hoping I could get through to him. You know, there's
Hmm.
ways to work around it. But when I finally get to the decision maker, I'm going to qualify them before I go into, hey, do you need cleaning service? It's like, hey, I what I've noticed in talking to different people is there's two problems that I see. Now I don't go in like straight into a pitch like that. I just say, hey, I was wondering if you have a moment that I can ask you two questions, see if we might be a fit. In a nutshell, what we do is we have a super simple solution for you, for companies to basically disconnect from the cleaning and not have to worry about it. It's set on autopilot. Can I ask you two questions? Yes. It's like, are you experiencing difficulty now? Would you be open to a solution if you are?
Mm.
And that's, I try and keep it, and I know that's different than the way Min does it, and he does a great job. I'm by no means saying don't do it that way, but I'm one that I like to just qualify straight off, because if they're like, I don't care, my cleaning company's good, I'm not going to get in there. That's a waste of my time. But if I say, hey, are you experiencing on a scale of 1 to 5, are you experiencing disconnect, or people aren't being monitored, or you're coming in and it's not been done when it's supposed to? Yes, I'm experiencing that. Would you be open to talk about different solutions?
Right. And see, and that's kind of go back to the conversation that Rod we had this morning when I was saying that we got to do a better job of making sure that we get the paint up front. because when we go on some of these walkthroughs, if there's no pain, there's no sale. So like we're not just going out just to like, because I know like Carla before we told her to switch it up, she was saying, hey, we offering a free audit. So it's
Yep.
just like, some people will say, oh, okay, yeah, come on out. It's kind of like,
Right.
like, oh, we just gonna come out, and like, no, like, why are we coming out? Like, are are you dealing with any sort of issues with your cleaning company? Like, if you're happy with them, there's no need for us to come out.
Yep. No, you're spot on. Or if you're looking for the cheapest, there's no reason to come out. There's no
It's,
reason at all for me to waste my time.
exactly. Exactly. And so, yeah, I think, yeah, this has been recorded. This is great. So, because I'm gonna re-listen to this and help Carla establish like to try to qualify people, because I noticed that when she just wants to book the appointment,
Mm-hmm.
and like just booking an appointment and that's going out and they really don't have any pain, it's really still like it's kind of worse than not booking an appointment, because now you just waste my time. So it's
Yep.
like I
Yep.
understand what she's trying to do, but to help her understand, like, look, we're looking for somebody who actually needs this service, not just looking to see if we're going to be the cheapest price.
And that right there is perfect. If you can get just a couple of quick qualifiers in there, it doesn't have to be anything major. You can hone it down to a couple of questions that you can decide this person is worth me moving forward with.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is good.
I'll share the script that I shared with. So I have an appointment setter I use, and I shared a script with him that I'm like, here, you can use this if you want. You don't have to use it. If you're getting me quality appointments, I don't care what you're saying, as long as you're not lying to them. I don't care. But here's something that you can do. Now, I sometimes like the idea, and if I had more time and more resources, I would do like a two-step call. So one would just be just to get who that person is. So that way it doesn't sound like a sales call at all. You're like, hey, who is this person? And then you can move on. Now you have a name. If it's
Mm-hmm.
something that you really, really wanted to hone in on, you could even do a cold call now because you got that person's name. You could pop in face to face, you have the person's name you want, and you could have a customized letter written to them and maybe a goodie bag or something.
Mm. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, okay.
So a guy I used to work with, he would pop into places with some gourmet popcorn, and he was like, hey, we're just popping in, and people would laugh. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
first step of sales, right? Is
Yeah,
you get people to let their guard down with humor or something else, and then you're one step further into the door.
right.
So I mean,
No, that makes sense.
depending on what you're looking at, you could do kind of like a double team thing, right? She can call, get the information. She could call, and I mean, there's a couple different ways you could do it. You could even call and say, hey, so and so, this isn't a sales call. We're just we're writing a newsletter, or we're just asking facility managers that handle this type of facility if they're experiencing this type of problem with their cleaners, right? So then it's not a sales call at all. You're qualifying them without them even realizing they're qualified or not qualified.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, I like this. No, I like it because it kind of reminds me of a thing that I had did with the car dealerships at one point. I was going in and I was just surveying
yep.
to see if they was experiencing those types of symptoms. But yeah, I mean, if we got a caller, caller, no point intended, but she could do all of that. She could
Right.
ask some of those qualifying questions to or at least find out who that person is. So when Rod and I pop in, we can just go right at it. We kind of already know.
Yep. Or you could do both, right? I mean, if sometimes people are wrapped up with the sales, whatever, and they self-sabotage. So if you can pull them out of the mindset of this isn't sales at all now at this point, You're calling to find out if they have issue that we can solve. And
Yep.
that may be enough to release whatever trigger may be going on too. So she can call and say, hey, I'm just calling to find out if you're experiencing XYZ problem. And if they say, yeah, be like, then you can have two different scripts. If they say no, okay, thanks for your help. If they say yeah, then you could have maybe two different ways she could go. She could ask another question to hone in more, or she might be like, would you be open to setting an appointment to hear more about some solutions we have? Or that's great. What we'll do next is we'll schedule a phone call for a member of our team to reach out to you and see if you qualify to work with us. So then you're building again. That's just a matter of making a phone call and asking some more qualifying questions before you waste any more time.
Mm-hmm.
And that also establishes authority that way too, right? You can put a couple people in that pattern where I talk to person A and I have to jump through a hoop in order to say, okay, yep, I'm qualified to work with you. I already like that because now you're not just working with every schmuck that comes in. You're working with a specific group. I like that. Now you're going to understand me more. Now you're going to ask me a couple questions and tell me a couple things to see if we actually can jive before we waste any more time of me walking you through my facility and then sitting down with you again to listen to your proposal.
Yeah, this is exactly like what I think we really need to do, Rod. What do you think, man? Because yeah, if you could share that with me, Josh, like
Sure.
we're gonna definitely use this because we just talked about it this morning of that we need to get more pain out of the customers. Now we do a good job of it when customers call us through Google, but on a cold calling side, we're not doing it at all. So I think this will be really helpful. And it'll probably
Yeah,
help
man, I agree.
Carla as well, because then she, like how you said, she may not feel as like, damn, I have to sell. She could just be calling to get information ready.
And that usually, relaxes people more. I'm not calling to sell you anything. The person on the other end's not tense. They're not like, no, I'm not interested. You're not tense because you're just trying to uncover if they have a problem that you have a solution for.
Yep. Nah, this is gold.
Yeah, I'll share this with you. I'm trying to send it on my from my tablet because I'm working at home today, so I don't have multiple screens going on. But it'll have to be after the call because it's not wanting to share right now. Share cold
That's
calls.
cool.
But yeah, and that, like I said, just play with it. Just make a copy of what I send over to you because I've got somebody else copied on this one as well, and then change it however you see. I've got some other notes somewhere too from that book that I read that has some other techniques in there, like doing it was like a 2-step call type of thing where you call say this isn't a sales call, we're just seeing if you're experiencing this or this, and then if they say yes, then you can push them down again, like, okay, great, a member of the team will reach out to you in the next few days to discuss possible solutions. So then it's not even a sales call then, but they're also like, okay, cool. They're looking forward to whatever type of solution you have to present.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it makes sense. Yeah,
So,
I can definitely see this helping because we've been getting some pretty decent like lead quality lists. So she's been able to get through to people, but just actually landing the actual walkthroughs where the hang up is. So yeah, I think this will help a lot.
cool. Yeah. I mean, and then one thing, I talked with another member a week or so ago. about an idea that I was running by him and seeing what he thought, and he was like, "Well, that may work really good, or it's going to be really bad. It's not going to be any in between." It was having somebody call up and saying, "Hey, I'm writing an article. I'm writing an article about the disconnect between facility managers and the cleaning crew. What we've noticed is a lot of crews aren't monitored properly especially since COVID. There's been a lot of disconnect and not monitored properly. They're not spending enough time. They're not cleaning the proper protocols. There's not a scope of work." And you go through a couple of things, right? And then you can be like, such and such, such so and so, an office manager from this said the following. You read the statement and be like, are you experiencing this? Would you care to comment for this article? And then they do it, right? If they comment for the article, it's like, okay, great. You write it down, type it down, whatever you do. It was like, hey, would you like a copy of this newsletter when it's released? Super. I'll email it to you. What's your email? Boom. Now you get their email too. So step one, you got that, right? So give it a couple of days, a week and a half, whatever. And then you email them an article that has their quote and maybe 4 or 5 other companies' quotes in it, right? And then you can follow up. Hey, I've seen that article. I noticed you're having this. I would love to understand more to see if there's a way we can help you.
Yeah, that's gold too.
So
because
go
because I'm just like dissecting what you're doing. Like you getting them to tell you their pain and they don't even realize it. Like getting them to agree to some other pains that other people are experiencing and then telling you about theirs. And they not even realizing what they're doing. So
yep. And the thing about that is, right, it would take talking to, and I'm not saying write a fake newsletter. I'm saying write a real newsletter and have quotes from 6 or 8 different companies. You could even ask your current companies, hey, tell me about the problems you were experiencing before us. Right. So I had a dentist, a manager for a dentist a year or so back was like, or I guess it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. I was working for the other company at this point. She said, I'm glad you're here. You're here every month. You're checking up. We're ironing out any problems that we're having. Up until this point, the cleaning crew was the bane of my existence. So a quote like that is perfect. My cleaning crew is the bane of my existence. Boom. Such an office manager for a dentist said they're the bane of my existence. Do you feel the same? Yeah. Would you care to tell us how you feel? Boom, boom, boom. Write it down. So, you get 6 or 8 like that, or 10. Then all you have to do is add their quote, write a very compelling newsletter. And then all you have to do is just change out the quotes. Don't use the same quotes, change it out. And every time you get good feedback, you just change out a few quotes, add theirs in there, boom, send it out. And then you have, you know exactly what you need to talk about when you call them. So that was my crazy idea.
And it's perfect though,
great,
because
man. Go ahead, bro.
yeah, people love to vent, man, with no pressure. People don't want to be judged and all that, Perfect idea. I love it.
That it seems to me like that weighs all the crap too, right? Because it weighs through everything, and it's like this person is qualified that they're saying they're number one. Are they willing to look at different options, look at solutions, willing to change? That's one of those things. If you look at the options, the next step is let's talk about their pain and some of it that way.
Yeah.
I'll see if I have that note too. I'll see what I can do.
Oh no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Where you at, Rod? You got hella background noise.
I had to run to Home Depot.
Uh,
Is it both pickup?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, sorry about that, Phyllis.
Nah,
Need that
that's
spray.
that's all right, man. You know, this should show everybody watching this video. You can be on any of our calls and still be working.
exactly.
Yeah, man. Y'all could use me. Like, look, Rod's been on every call. You been at work. He been zooming.
That's
Get in here. Too much knowledge. Not doing.
Yep, for sure. There's always a little nugget you can take away from anybody or anything. So the only way you can do that though is actually be on here and be paying attention.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I know you guys have 11:30, so I don't want to keep you too late today. I don't have. I mean, I don't have anything that I have notes on would take far too long to get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll share that stuff with you, Dom, when we get off the call, and that way, you know, you're feel free to use it or throw it out, whatever. But you know, if I can find that the name of that book too for the cold calling, because it was a pretty good book.
Okay. Nah, definitely, man. I'm gonna use it because you kind of hitting right on where our hurdle is. So I can
Right.
definitely see it helping us. Because like I said, like men, his script is good. It's really great at the beginning, but then it kind of I can see why Carla would kind of make up her second part. But I think this would really help her, and help us too. So we're not just going out, just doing an audit for somebody who wants the cheap cleaning price.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, is you may even want to do a two-step call too. So if you find, use her where she's good, you know, and obviously help her improve where she can, but sometimes it doesn't matter how much you improve, you're still not good enough in some areas. So if you may find that she's great at uncovering the pain, but then feels the transition to try and get the appointment is where she gets in feeling salesy or feeling like she's not helping, in which case you could always divide that call up. Just get the pain. That's all you need. Because then if you've got that, then somebody else that has better quality, better capability can come in and do the come in and set the appointment. I mean, that may even be you, that may be Rod. You may have somebody else on your team that very easily can just pick up the phone after, you know, this person's qualified. At least let's pick up the phone and do a discovery call or do some sort of more qualification before we even go out there.
Yep. Yep. And that'd be perfect.
Good deal.
Man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you
Yep.
as always.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you guys.
Always over deliver.
I try, man. I really try. I'm gonna try to start focusing more on dropping some more videos onto YouTube as well. Like, I mean, I drop these onto YouTube every week for everybody, but I'm gonna try and actually get like a little more honed in, like little bite size, you know, 4 to 10 minute type of things. Just get in there and really focus on individualized things.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
We here
try.
for it.
I told myself yesterday, I'm like, I need to get more focused on that to be able to put out more stuff that people can actually pick and choose what they're looking for and not have to wait through a 50-minute call to get that one piece that they're looking for.
Yeah. Nah, I get it. I get it.
Yep. Well, gentlemen, I greatly appreciate you being on. As always, you guys bring great questions, and we always have good conversation.
Yes, sir, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll definitely be back on next week, and I know Rod will probably hit you up, or I'll probably hit you up before then. So we'll be talking throughout.
Sounds good, man. Sounds really good.
All right, man. Well, take care.
Take it easy. See you later.
All right.